Hey, and welcome to Wild Seat. Look, let me tell you, in the heart of a city that seems to never sleep, there's our kid, Adam. He's caught up in his own world, on the roof of a building, rummaging through the remaining memories of his brother who's no longer there, all through a video he knows by heart. On the other hand, imagine the cops on a movie-like mission, chasing a furry giant that manages to appear and disappear as he pleases. This creature, named Abu Lele, is slipperier than an olive in soapy hand, and he thumbs his nose at all the detection gadgets thrown at him. And to make matters worse, Abu Lele happens to end up right at the building where our friend Adam lives. But of course, with Adam's signal interference, the cops don't find any trace of the monster on their gadgets and decide to call off the furry's search. Adam, for his part, is one of those boys who speaks only when necessary. He hardly has any buddies in his school. One day he comes back from school, and while trying to shoot some hoops, some bullies make his life miserable. They won't let him play. And to top it off, they throw his ball far away. When the ball rolls off to who knows where, the taunts of these fools start to echo. You didn't expect that, did you? Consider that those kids were saying that if they ever killed someone, they'd hide the body in the janitor's room. When there was no one around, Adam, suspicious from the rumors, decides to stick his nose into that room. There he finds a photo of his brother, Asaf, who's no longer with us. While snooping in a box, a noise makes his hair stand on end. A bottle rolling on the floor. As he picks it up, curiosity leads him to explore to see if there's someone at the end of the hallway, using his camera flash so as not to go in blind. But upon glancing at the photo he's taken, he's stunned to see the figure of a beast, with eyes that seem to want to eat him. Adam bolts out of there and accidentally drops Asaf's medal that he had with him. He races up a bunch of stairs until he finally gets to his apartment. He tells his mother everything he just saw, but she takes it as if it's all in his imagination. His father, on the other hand, takes it more seriously and decides to go with Adam to the scene of the incident. Although they find nothing after a thorough check, the father convinces Adam that he also went through similar things when he was a lad. Although Adam remains curious, he eventually goes home with his father. The next day at school, Adam gets into trouble for messing with his gadget in class and forgetting to do his homework. For next time, they assign him a group project and pair him with Tamar, the brainiac of his class. There's no doubt that a very interesting situation is on the horizon. For Adam, having Tamar as a project partner feels like hitting the lottery, even though she doesn't seem to feel the same way. After school, the boy goes to the library to get to work on the assignment, but he struggles to stop thinking about the creature he caught sight of the day before. There he is, on his phone, looking at the picture of the beast over and over again, when by pure chance, Hani, the janitor, pops in and takes a look. Suddenly, Hani's face goes blank, as if he recognizes the monster in the picture. Adam, catching him, doesn't waste a second and follows him to his room. At first, Hani is not in the mood to let Adam in, but when the boy says that the creature knows his name, Hani changes his mind and lets Adam in. He shares a bit of his own history with the creature, which he calls Abu Lele. According to Hani, Abu Lele loves a drink called Lyman and only shows up to special kids who are in need of a buddy. Right after, Hani tells Adam to delete the photo of Abu Lele on his phone, but Adam disregards him and bails from there. Later, Adam goes to buy strawberry-flavored lemon, with the idea of offering it to Abu Lele. As expected, Abu Lele downs the first bottle Adam throws him in a heartbeat, and you can even hear him exclaim, "So good!" Hearing this, Adam tosses him another bottle right away, but this time he decides to stay close to the hallway to see Abu Lele in the flesh. Upon returning home, he finds his mother crying in Asaf's room. He also realizes that she has noticed that he took Asaf's medal. Remembering his brother, Adam spends the whole night on the roof with his ball and his phone, recreating a scene from his favorite movie. But his peaceful time is ruined by the sudden appearance of Abu Lele. For the quiet Adam, this is an amazing experience. Adam was scared out of his wits, but he mustered up some courage. He decided to throw a ball to the creature, inviting it to a friendly game. Now, more at ease, he ventured to suggest that Abu Lele, the monster, become his buddy, but the creature refused to use the word friend to describe their relationship. Just as they were having fun on the rooftop of the building, Abulele, in a burst of carefree joy, ended up detaching one of the air conditioner condensers that was lying around. Accidentally, it was sent flying, cutting off the electricity to the building and the surrounding area. If you're enjoying the video, please hit the like button. It only takes a second and helps me out a ton. Afterwards, Adam sneaked into his house, and stealthily, Abulele followed him. Adam, who was determined to keep the creature anonymous, convinced his boss to leave the house, claiming that he needed to go buy lemons. Once he was alone in his room with Abulele, Adam felt relief from his loneliness, because he had found someone who paid attention to him. The next day, the cops, including a certain Amihai, were still on their mission to hunt down Abulele. Meanwhile, Adam was caught up in a fight after a kid from school mentioned his deceased brother. After being reprimanded by the school principal, Adam went back to the supermarket to buy lemons. There, he encountered Ami, who was already suspecting him for buying lemons like crazy, which happened to be the favorite treat of monsters. Ami told him a bit about his childhood, when he had seen a monster, and he gave Adam his card just in case. Adam, however, disregarded Ami's words and decided to return home. As soon as he arrived, Adam was furious with Abulele, who had left his room in a complete mess. And guess who shows up at that moment? Tamar, the girl he's madly in love with, inviting him to study. How could he say no? So of course he invites her home, hoping that Abulele behaves. "Please, Abulele," Adam pleads, "don't make any ruckus." But it seems like it goes in one ear and out the other for Abulele, because as soon as he sees Tamar, he starts acting silly and scares the poor girl. Tamar, who is as sharp as a tack, takes off like a shot with the idea of calling the police. But oh buddy. Mid-call, she sees Adam taking care of Abulele and feels a certain something, a tickle in her stomach, and decides to hang up without snitching. But of course she's not going to let Adam get off easy, and she sets a condition. He has to invite her to play with Abulele. And just when it seems like everything is going to go well, that they are going to play a little game of basketball and have a great time, boom. A group of kids show up causing trouble and shouting the name of Asaf. And of course Adam has no choice but to beat it. What a day, huh? Can you imagine? As soon as he set foot in the house, he got an earful from his mother. She believed that Adam had disrespected his brother Asaf's room, who is no longer with us. The mother, a real drama queen, even took the basketball. Yes, that ball that wasn't Asaf's, because she didn't want anyone touching the deceased's belongings, not even Adam. Then Adam, heartbroken, throws the ball at her and let loose a line that I'm still blown away by. "Would you have done the same if I had been the one who died?" Boom. He left his parents speechless. Afterwards, Adam's mother goes into the kids' room to reorganize things. But Adam's father, who is starting to get it, grounds her and tells her that's enough of that. On the other hand, Adam goes to the cleaning room to tell his best friend about the ordeal of Asaf's death. And he blurted out that it was him who killed Asaf. Adam blamed himself. And why did he say that? The kid was having a tough time, man. He spoke with that tone of sorrow because that night, one of those dark ones that make you want to hide under the covers, his brother Asaf didn't come to pick him up. Adam was out there, buying his Mouse's chocolate bar, waiting and waiting, but no sign of Asaf. In the end, his father showed up with a face full of tragedy, saying that Asaf had an accident. And when they arrived at the hospital, bam, the news they didn't want to hear. Asaf was gone. Abulele listened to him as if he was glued to a radio soap opera. The guy was a shoulder to cry on. Adam, trying not to drown in sorrow, tried to play the clown with Abulele, but the creature was not in the mood for partying. The next day, at school, Adam messes up by not turning in his homework. The teacher, brazenly, suggests that Adam needed a special school, and that made Abulele see sparks. After this drama, Adam takes Abulele to meet Tamar. But the cops had already got their eye on Adam, and without a second thought, they shoot Abulele with a tranquilizer. Don't think it was one of those pharmacy sedatives. No, this was one of the good ones. And there was Abulele, feeling lousy. But Adam and Tamar managed to take him to a safe place. The cops start prowling around the school, looking for Abulele as if he was a hidden treasure. Abulele, the poor thing, was so incapacitated he couldn't even disappear because of the tranquilizer. Adam and Tamar, not knowing how to handle the situation, decide to ask Henny for help. At first the guy plays hard to get, but finally he softens up and decides to help. And oh boy, does he help, man. First he hides the kids from the cops, and then with all the tools of his trade, he takes care of Abulele, neutralizing the massive dose of sedative that had him knocked out. A real hero without a cape, that Henny. So imagine the situation. Henny takes them on a ninja mission, leaving school through a path that not even Google Maps knows. From there they jump onto a mountain that was right behind the hospital, just like that. But behind them, brother, the police is all action movie style, chasing them non-stop, even entering the cave that was there. But hey, not much time passed before Adam and his buddies found themselves cornered, like in cowboy movies, by the cops. And Adam, like a hero, protecting Abulele with everything he had. But there was Amihai, clinging like a leech, insisting that Adam should let go of Abulele, saying that the creature didn't matter at all to Adam. But Adam wasn't even listening. And in the midst of all the chaos, more Abuleles start to appear, and big ones, as if it were a Godzilla remake. And Amihai, in his annoying role, tells Adam his story of being abandoned by Abulele, trying to convince him that way. But Adam, without mincing words, tells Amihai that maybe he needed to grow up a little and think about why Abulele left her hanging. But no, Amihai kept on insisting, almost asking the cops to take down Abulele. In the end, one of the cops interrupts Amihai and tells her that she's selfish, mixing her personal life with work. Meanwhile, Abulele, already back in its habitat and surrounded by its kind, says goodbye to Adam, his soul bro. One last hug, and each goes their own way. Just before disappearing from Adam's sight, Abulele says, "Afra," which roughly means, "we're pals." And after the show, Adam goes back to his apartment, hoping to get some rest after all the commotion. Well, there you have the ending, brother. Adam, with a heavy heart, decides to talk to his parents from the building's lookout point. There, like confessing a mischievous act, he tells them that he feels the blame for what happened to Asaf is his. But his wise mother tells him that on that fateful day, the road was slipperier than soap in a bathtub, a driver went crazy and turned without warning, and Asaf, with no time to brake, crashed. And so, amidst tears, they share a hug worth more than 1,000 words. After some time, Adam, on one of his strolls through the neighborhood, comes across a girl carrying lemons that taste like strawberries. And Adam, upon seeing her, can only let out a smile. And so with smiles the curtain falls. But the adventure doesn't end here. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.